let's talk about starting a business with no money. If you have no money, how do you start a business? Many things people actually think that, oh, you need thousands of dollars to start a business, even millions to start a business. That's actually the wrong idea. It's just a misconception. You can start a business with actually little $0 or very little money. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do it. First of all, you have to look at yourself. What skill sets you have? What kind of skill sets do you have? And what kind of service you can provide? Maybe some service based on your skill sets. So service-based business. Think like consulting, like business consulting, coaching or training, like me, I'm doing coaching and training. And then freelancing, or if you want to sell products, you can also think of like doing consignment basis, or doing drop shipping. So services, right, are actually using your own time and expertise. They don't require any inventory or office space. So you got no rental cost, no, don't need to rent office. You can use your own home to service on Zoom training and all these aspects, consulting, advice, and all that. Yeah. And for products wise, you think that, oh, for product, I need to buy products and store them and all those things. Actually, not true. You don't have to come up with your capital outlay to start a retail shop or online store. You don't have to. Okay, you don't have to buy products and things like that. You can actually contact suppliers for consignment basis or do drop shipping. Maybe you are not familiar with these two terms, consignment and drop shipping. I'm going to share with you my experience. What is consignment and drop shipping? You know, when I was in my teens, I started my first selling experience in my teens. I wanted to earn some money. I don't come from a rich family. I wanted to earn some money, additional money during my school holidays. I was looking through the newspapers and I saw an advertisement advertising, looking for people to sell Christmas cards and Chinese New Year cards. And I called them and contacted them, and then was told that I'm too young to actually sign documents because uh, yeah, to get the cards and all things here, they can actually give it for you on consignment basis, but I am not the age, I'm not suitable yet. So I actually, you know what, I was thinking of my dad. I told my dad about it. He helped me out and actually went with me to that company, and actually he signed the documents, and I can took over the Christmas cards and Chinese New Year cards and sell them because my dad signed the documents for the consignment basis. Yeah, that's my journey, and you know what I do? I took the Christmas cards and Chinese New Year cards. I don't have to pay for it. I go door knocking, knock on doors one by one to my neighborhood. And I got some sales for it. So yeah, that's my first entrepreneur experience. I go knocking, knocking. I go and find suppliers that provides products like the Christmas cards and the Chinese New Year cards to sell. And then I don't have to pay for it first. Only when I start selling the cards, I pay the cost to my supplier to them, and then I can return any unsold Christmas cards and Chinese New Year cards back to the supplier. Okay, that's where I earn my profit and I keep the profit. So I can actually return any unsold items back to the supplier. Now, what about drop shipping? Okay, drop shipping is actually a retail method and online. You can do it actually with your own store. If you don't have the capital to start your own physical store, you can do it online basis. where your store, you just sell the products to customers without keeping any stock. No cost involved in keeping stocks. You don't have to pay warehouse space or products in advance for stock. So the consignment model, no, sorry, not consignment model, the drop shipping model is actually where a customer places an order, and when the customer places an order, you go to your third party, your supplier. This supplier could be actually a manufacturer, a wholesaler, or a marketplace. A marketplace like Amazon, things like that, or AliExpress. Uh, to buy the item, and then the supplier the will actually drop ship, do the drop shipping, ship it directly to the customer. So they'll take care of the packing and everything, and then ship it to your customers. That is called drop shipping. Okay, I hope you understand what is drop shipping now. So, for example, let me give you an example. If you sell a t-shirt, you found a t-shirt from a supplier on some websites, and you want to sell that t-shirt, so you put it in your website online store, and then let's say your t-shirt that you see is actually $10. So you actually put in your store, let's say you market sell it at $20. So when any customers come to your website, they saw your t-shirt and want to buy, you just process the orders, you buy directly from the shop that you see and $10, and then you earn the additional $10 profit because you sell it at $20 and you take away $10, you earn $10. Take note that this $10 has happened deduct your credit card payment gateway fee. Okay, if you use PayPal, there's actually some percentage or stretch cost and all that. So basically that, okay, yeah. So I hope you understand what is drop shipping now. Okay, secondly, if you think that, oh, website, I have to pay for it to maintain the website, actually not true. There are some free platform tools, website you can use. Okay, like WordPress, the software is actually free. I actually did some WordPress website videos, which I put in YouTube for you to learn how to build your own WordPress website completely for free. If you don't have money to set up your own business website. Okay, and you can use social media to market your business. You say I don't have money to advertise. But you know what? Some social medias you can actually just post it, and then you can get leads. So you have no budget, you can still use social media to market your business. Like Instagram, TikTok, you do videos and you can create content, writing up and put pictures or videos and post it into like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or LinkedIn. Also consider bootstrapping. Okay, this means starting with what you have, very little, and then reinvesting back to your little profit back to your business. Start small, keep your overhead costs low, and then you scale accordingly, gradually, slowly but slowly. And then you don't forget, there's actually the importance of networking. Networking, build a strong network of people that believes in you, provide all the resources you need, whether it's a mentorship, clients, or even partnership. So networking is actually important. Okay, now let's talk about how to win in business. Winning in business is not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about strategy, persistence, and timing. First, you need a very clear vision. What's your end goal? What problem are you solving? Your vision should guide everything you do. It will help you make decisions, prioritize, and stay focused when things get tough. Second, consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. The businesses that win are the ones that show up every single day. Don't expect business success to come quickly, but if you keep working it and on it day after day, a year after year, the results will compound. Third, timing. Timing is not just about good product service, it's about offering at the right time, launch at the right time. Okay, launching at the right time. Yeah. So I work in companies, MNCs and things like that. I know about launching at the right timing. I have a big famous like IFA in Germany, Munich. I was with creative technology and sound blasters, and we actually launched some products at certain important exhibitions in Europe, like IFA in Germany. Okay, so that is a B2B and B2C consumer and businesses exhibition. Every year they will have it in Munich, and we launched the product there. Things like that. So, or CES, CA. Okay, so things like that. So think about it. Launching at the right timing, study your market, and understand where there is a gap or need you can fulfill. You need to understand, yeah. So I often like to share about ideas and things like that, and then I see a problem, and then I will think of ideas, what to do to solve that problem, and think of ideas, and then come up with a product for fiscal. Okay. Lastly, I'd like to remind you again, don't be afraid to fail. Okay, failure isn't the end. It's part of the process. Every entrepreneur actually faces setbacks. The key is actually keep going, learn from mistakes, and adjust your course as needed.